Hey guys, welcome back to Korey's One Day at a Time podcast. I know the reason I said Korey's, but you know what? Somebody already had a One Day at a Time podcast, so we're gonna start it again with a new that. So I would say, I would just call it welcome. I would just say this. Hold on, I gotta get a warm up for this. I gotta get a warm up for all this. Hold on. I'm trying to say like the right intro for it, but just let me take some time, okay? I'm trying to figure out like the best I can. Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to Korey's ODAAT podcast. ODAAT. See, I don't have to say one day at a time. I can say ODAAT. Hey guys, welcome back to ODAAT podcast. And today I'm going to talk about my life story as a struggling life story. I don't know what the title will be. I'm just gonna say it. The one I really want to talk about is called, but the really topic I want to talk about my life is called growing up with autism. And it's kind of, nobody knows this at all. Nobody has not ever seen it. Only my family from both sides have seen it. Some of my family, from both sides have seen it. My friends have seen it as well, but not too much. Like, it's very rare for my friends to see it. Growing up with autism, I was diagnosed with autism back when I was an early child, a newborn, and as soon as I start, early childhood, then I don't know. I can't remember for myself because I was just a newborn. I don't know too much about my life about autism, early life, but I know much more my teenage years and like from now to my teenage years. So when I was like growing up with autism, I had to like put into like special ed classes. I think back when I was in mostly after kindergarten, like mostly like first grade through sixth, I think. First through third. I don't know. But yeah, they told me like and I know this like already for myself. They told me I was really smart. My communication skills are still developing along the way as like years for me to count on, and the only way I know like to talk to somebody is like I just have to use my words. But I'm also like a visual learner, and I like to draw things a lot, and I just like to sometimes time to time I like to draw things how I feel. I used to be a great drawer. Like I used to like build like maps in large areas. I used to build the CTA line, and I will show you this clip, but there's like a clip of like city skylines and what I built like within the past year, mostly during the pandemic. And I'm just like, I'm excited that I built this. I think I built this like on August 2020. So like I was like trains a lot, like conducting, and I like building maps and expressways. It's kind of like my passion because it's not, people think it's not fun, but it's fun to me because I like riding on trains, driving a lot, even though traffic is it's crazy. But yeah, growing up autistic was a very hard challenge for me, because it was just so, I just had to I just don't like being like, I thought it was like artistic instead of AU instead of AR. So like I always say I'm artistic, but people kind of know what I'm getting from that era. Autism can be hard because special ed, like me, do get bullied a lot, time to time. I think every day. Depends because autism there's lack of communication skills. Who do you talk to? What are your emotions? Some people don't think like us autistic people don't even think before we say. So we say whatever to people, and people do think about it. But us like coming from like what we're saying, we don't really think about it until later on. And that's I do that from time to time too. And I've heard to my friends, they was like, you said this, like you said this. You don't remember you said this? I'm like, I do not remember at all. It was just like so a long time ago. I can barely track my mind over it. I just don't remember it. So basically, I wouldn't say so basically because there's more to go on than so basically. So more to go on. Growing up autistic, I was placing classes. I was talking to a lot of social workers within my K through 12 years, and there's so much. Autistic is a broad disorder. There's like different types of autism. I've seen different types of autisms within people, and you know what? It just kind of just learn, how to understand and treat people the same way how I want to be treated. I never thought like growing up being an autistic person. I never thought of growing up, treating people badly or just, say, oh my God, these are special ed kids. Ha 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 ha. No, I never grown up that way. I always like support them. Always, I love them forever. As autistic as myself, I love myself forever. And what goes on from that, and third, fourth grade years, I've gotten bullied. The start of the bullying at that time, because I was in a different area. I was in Fort Worth, Texas, as known as what that much smaller, as Lake Worth. Back in elementary, people do get bullied ordinary in elementary, but for me, I was autistic and I just don't know what's going on. I just don't understand what people are saying. I get self-destructive a lot. I cry a lot. I used to throw chairs. Oh, hold on, we're not gonna get into that one yet. I'll tell you that later on. I thought something broken. I was looking at my suitcase. I was like, okay, there's something like break off or something, because I don't know like what's going on. So so third, fourth grade used to be bullied a lot. I had my one BFF. Her name is, I would say YouTube name and her government name. Her YouTube name is Vision of Versace. She's on Discord mostly, but she's on YouTube as well. She's on Instagram. You guys go follow her. She's amazing. She's one of my first best friends ever within my whole lifetime. Like hanging out together, chilling. I still talk to her, and I literally got backtracked with her in the pandemic, and it's been awesome. Like talking through her throughout, because we both are graduated singers. We're graduated high school students, and I haven't seen her since. I really haven't seen her since 2013 at summer. I think it's the beginning of summer 2013. So it's been almost a decade, not seeing her. But like when I see her again, we're probably gonna build off that same energy. Like when I see her again, it's like we're back like we never left, basically. So I just can't wait to see her. Third, middle school. I'm gonna talk about that. Middle school is like where my autism kind of broke out, and then after that I just kind of learned how to treat myself better. So middle school, I was in 6th grade. I was getting bullied by so many people before then, and now one of them has become really great friends. I've been really great friends with one of them that has been bullied me, because I get to understand him more. Like when you're old enough, you get to start calm and chill, and then you get to laugh at your past tense self, but also reflect on who you are now today. So going around, Michael Jackson, it's so many topics that it's uncovered, but I really do want to talk about. So autism, placing me, they thought I was the smart kid in school. I was really the smart kid in school, and at that point, the only monument of autism that kind of just sinked in is I thought people really didn't care about me during 6th grade. I was not aware. I was just don't feel bad. So I picked up the scissors in my first class of 6th grade. Not my first class, but within 6th grade, I used to pick up the scissors and start wanting to cut myself, because I feel like I didn't belong here. I feel like I wasn't normal to other people, and just just like them. I was in my mind comparing myself to other people, why I wish I cannot be like this person, why can I be this normal, why does it have to end up this way? And it just kind of just self-destructs me a little bit, because when your mind starts comparing to other people, that's when all the evilness comes in, and you just start to manipulate yourself so hard. I just can't understand it now, because I'm grown up. So just kind of just wow, I've been through all that, and it kind of just shapes who I am today. And then 7th grade, throwing chairs, that's probably where my most bullies come from, most chairs, and because my autism is really there's so many different types of autism. Like I said, it's autism that you can't speak, you can't talk, you can't even listen. You have to see what you say, you have to tell them, you have to make noise of telling your parent or your friends what you want. It is autism and there's autism you just be quiet for the whole time, because you don't know what to speak, or just you just don't know what to bring out because you haven't learned that criteria yet. And there's like another one, you have autism. You can talk a little bit well, like you could just say, I think what I do is like you stutter a lot. I would call that basic autism too, because like communication, talking, just now, learning the language, you like get to stutter, like okay, like I do that, and you can kind of hear that in my voice a lot. Like I think it's natural to me, because like it's just kind of picking up on what I'm saying and like what I'm bringing to the audience, and what I can say, like what I'm saying, like what can I bring to the audience, and like that autism. And there's a fourth one, well, along with the third one, like when somebody makes a joke as you easily get offended, like like you never made a joke about them, but they made a joke about you. You think it was like, are you trying to insult me? So that's kind of where I was at like in middle school mostly, because I didn't make jokes a lot. I wasn't really the joke. I really wasn't a funny person. I was more like a very crazy person that's trying to find a way of make a way of its own life. Because I feel like I was a goner. I feel like I was just walking around that people would bully me like from every which class, every which way they see me as, and it just kind of just struggles a lot. In 7th grade, throwing chairs, and because somebody bullied me, I took it very handily seriously. In like 7th grade was like the peak of my autism. It was like the only peak that only got me until everything kind of slowed down. And I remember crying to Michael Jackson. This is not long autism way, but like it is kind of self-destructive. But I will say this right now. It's like my 7th grade years, we had this project called, Who Can Be a Leader, and I told everybody, pick Michael Jackson as their, I wanted to do that, and mostly everybody respect my wish, and to this one person, I'm not gonna say the name, but I don't know who you are. I still laugh to this day, but it's kind of like, wow. So like I was crying, and everybody started laughing, and that's when my autism kicks in. Like I started being angry because I just really wanted that person, but I chose Nelson Mandela anyways, and I did a bomb, Diggity.com. I know Nelson, love Nelson Mandela, King of South Africa. He served all them years in jail and got out like in 1990 something. Monumental. He stays strong. Love him. Rest in peace. I love him, Nelson. Love the Nelson Mandela. Love the Nelson Mandela. Love the Nelson Mandela. Love the Nelson Mandela. Ooh. So back in the 7th grade, I told myself, between that, I kept my calm with people, kept my calm, 8th grade, had some troubles here and there, but wasn't really big as, last 7th grade. So 8th grade, I was just, hey, just chilling, making new people, I would say this, Nicole Beck, if you're watching this, I would like to say, I didn't email you this because I'm freshman, because I wasn't certain. I was like, I don't know how I feel now, but now I know how I feel. Since it's like 5 years later. 5 years later. Wow, 5 years later. Wow. Hold on. I'm like looking like this is like, I thought it was like 2-3 years. I thought it was 5. Now it's 5-6 years later. 5-6 years later, I would like to say to you, thank you so much for changing my life. And even though you've been a teacher there for like a year, I think you made a great impact on like one of your students, and one of your students is me, Korey Living Life, aka Korey Jr. You made a great impact on my life by showing me the way to teach me how to be friendly, showing me the way to be open-minded a lot and have like a great calm. Like she was a young student teacher, and she was just like so awesome. I would just like to thank her for that. I just really wish I could find her, but if you guys, the audience, can find her for me, her name is Nicole Beck. Please do. Please find her and tell her that I said thank you so much for changing, because she was the origin of making a better me. She was literally the origin of that. the origin. Like she the one like, okay, let's do it. And she was the origin, and I just carried off, leading the way through high school. In high school, within high school, I was sorry, my mom's, they're yelling every time. I already told you guys that. But like within the origin of high school, I was bullied too a lot. I was not bullied a lot, but I was bullied. Was I bullied? I think I wasn't. I think this video mostly contains like how I got bullied a lot, but it does fit in with my autism, because autism does get in the way of communication where you say things and you just don't know it, and if people get so mad about it, or when they say things to you and you're autistic, it usually gets so inflammable. It stopped, but we're gonna go again. Alright, so I think one time I was in my please do not stop. Please do not stop. I'm praying. So I think one time I was in my former friend's house, and I just met him, and, I was like, hey, let's kick it. So we just talk, we just listen to music. So one of my former friends again, like, my former, because I haven't talked to him like in a straight minute, former friend and an old friend. I was visiting like a friend that I knew. Now he's an old friend, and now my former friend comes in and started making fun of me. And then I told him to stop, because when you meet somebody new, you want to see him as a new perspective, as an update today. You just don't want to see like what they did in the past, because a new friend can determine, oh my God, you done this. I just can't deal with you. I just can't deal with none of that. Like when that happens, I get so I was so frustrated. I was like breaking down, crying, whatsoever. I was like, thank God the video has not stopped, but I hope it doesn't stop. I have a lot of space in my phone. iCloud keeps playing with me. Stop playing with me, iCloud. I told you guys once before, don't play with me. So when that happened, I was crying. I was told his ass get out, even though it wasn't my house. I still told him to get out, and he got out. Respect my wishes. I told my friend that this happened, everything, and that's when wrestling starts. And within wrestling, I don't want to take wrestling. I do not want to. I do not take wrestling for granted. I use it as a mechanism to release all my anger out of what I'm feeling inside day to day. And within that, I was like saying thank you to every coach that trained me. I think it was mostly for Magali I will dedicate to, because I know him the most. He's like a former coach at Glen Hardy's. So thank you for Magali for training me to be a wrestler and pull all my anger out and within the opponents around the school, basically. So thank you so much. And after that freshman year, meeting new people, like the second semester was kind of like the start of a new era. So meeting new people, I think that time I was evolving friendships a lot within two different people. I loved it so much. I think it was a great opportunity to meet new people. I thought it'd stop for one. I always keep looking like, it's gonna stop anytime soon. It did stop for me once, but not a lot. Well, it only stopped for like 16 minutes, but that's probably how much it takes. But I'm gonna delete this on my phone. Yeah. So like within freshman, I was, I made a lot of people. The anger, all that stuff kind of evolved where I became today. I'm very mostly a chill person now. I'm not like a really angry person like to be around with, because I can be loud sometimes, but that's kind of like my excitement to see you. Like when I'm loud, like when I'm happy, that's like when I'm loud, that's like when I'm happy. Like you hear that enthusiastic voice, that's when I'm happy. It's not like I'm yelling, like it's on yelling and being loud is like a two different thing. It's just like you sometimes hear my aggressive voice, but mostly I'll be excited to see people. But evolving new friends around different areas within my town, this is kind of amazing, and just love it all. And I just like to say thank you to everyone that has been a real friend to me. We're gonna talk about friends the next episode probably. I have a lot to say about friends, a lot, but a lot. Like I said, I just can't wait for it. But yeah, I think this is the end of the episode of growing up with autism. Autism is a very, 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 very meaningful disorder to take seriously on. I will drop the links down how to support autism and how to talk to people with autism, how they dealt with school mostly, hearing noises. Hearing noises. So basically, autistic people love being in a quiet space because they don't want to hear too much noise. It does irritate them. As for me, as an autistic person, I like to be quiet. I hate making we get so easily distracted because we're just trying to focus and just we're multiple track minded, so we're trying to get to where we at, and we just want to stay focused. I don't want to hear no noise whatsoever. That's why I have my own room. So I can just be in my own room with no noise, just chilling. Even though I hear my mama and my sister yelling, because this apartment is very transparent. But hey, I just want to be in my mind, body, and soul. So yeah, people like me can be so enthusiastic, they be so smart as hell. Autistic people can be so smart as hell. You may never know they can be smart as you. You just may never think that, because I can be smart, so learn different ways of life and how we can take advantage of it, or just use social media mostly now, and that can help autistic people make a better change for it. And within that timing, it's just so smart. We just don't how to my person being autistic, I'm a navigator, and I know where things are. I remember things a lot. Well, I don't remember things that I say, or I remember things that I do in person, or just memories. Of course, everybody remembers memories, but everybody some people don't remember where is this place at, even though you've been there the first time. And I when I go to a place for the first time, I remember where it's at in case if I get lost, in case, I was okay, I know where this place at, I know where we can go, because, I'm a huge navigator. I know how to navigate people. As a train conductor, I think I would be great for a train conductor. In Chicago, I know how to navigate to Chicago. Honestly, because travel more. I said it to myself, my post on Instagram, travel more, and that is literally what I'm doing right now. So, with that being said, this is the end of the Growing Up with Autism episode. And I'll see you guys next episode. I don't know what the next episode may bring. I do have a topic I want to bring out to the next episode. But if the next episode comes with a person or people, I think you'll be happy to see that. I don't know what this person or people are going to talk about, but it's something this kind of just... we could just talk about just that, or we just say that topic but more into depth. I think it'd be awesome, spectacular, amazing. So with that being said, I'll see you guys later. Peace.